Hello, hello, hello. Alright. Oh, right, TikTok shit. Okay, we're live on TikTok too. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Anyway, so we are back. What? What's wrong? You want more pets? Okay, come here. Sakura is angry because she didn't get her pets this morning the way she normally does. Alright, so my goal for blueprints today is. Oh, I need to announce it in the server. Remember, he doesn't know what the hell happens until I ping everybody. Okay, so we are trying to get into the bank vault today. That is our primary goal. The other thing I'm going to be doing is I need to look through my screenshots real quick and try to find the bit about what? Lay down. I need to find the bit about the greenhouse because I clearly do not remember. um Okay. There was a book about the greenhouse that I found at some point, and it talked about how greenhouse tiles are spawned. And I need to find that because my goal is to find a conservatory or to farm the conservatory, so to speak, so that I can farm the conservatory so I can change the rarity on the bank vault. That's the book about ruins. I'm not sure what this one is. Shifting gears, pump room. Alright, so that's not it. Not it, not it. What's this one? Prismatic rooms, negative space, gold trend. What's this? Green rooms are hold on. I'll actually like get into the game. Anyway, more powerful, their effects will become blah blah blah. Okay, it's not, this isn't the right one. I think I'm close though. It's just so hard because there's so many books in this damn game, or articles and shit that I've screenshotted over the many hours that I've played. So it's really hard for me to like assess what I need and what I don't need. Top drafting combos. Draft them in the reverse order. The question would be free, but oh, my cat is being such a needy girl. Hello. Anyway, uh, no, no. You know, you think I'd be able to easily identify this. Oh, found it. Well, he's found something. Gardener's logbook. Soil survey. Capacity, crop yields, blah blah blah. Room position, direct the amount of fruit spread from the gardens. Hmm. I guess that's not it. I thought that book was it, but apparently I'm wrong. Now the cat is laying on my hand. So yeah, our current our current goal is to try to find a way to get a conservatory. I'm trying to not like Google it. I know I Googled the conservatory yesterday, but there was nothing stating that there were requirements for its spawning. And so I'm not sure if the requirements for its spawning are real or what. Oh no. Yeah, it's happy girl. Sorry, you have to wait until I'm done petting my cat. She is very needy right now. Cause she didn't come for cuddles like she normally does when I wake up. Yeah. Normally she's alright. I'm still kinda concerned about her eating habits. But we ordered some pate, so we'll see if she likes this because if she doesn't, I don't know what to do. But I'm getting concerned. Very, very concerned. So maybe she just doesn't like solid food anymore, which like we're talking about like dry food, which kind of sucks, but there's nothing I can do about that. So, well, yeah, me too. She's getting old is the thing, so she might be leaning towards needing softer foods now. Anyway, like I said, we're looking for the conservatory, so yeah. I was also informed that apparently there's more than one set of vault keys. So my goal is trying to find a specific um sorry, a very specific room. And then hoping that because I believe it picks from random the rooms that it allows you to modify the spawning parameters. So I'm hoping that I can find a conservatory that'll both allow me to make the conservatory far more common and find a um and then a conservatory that'll allow me to modify the spawning parameters for a vault. And then we can start caring about finding the keys, like a lot more than I was before, because I thought there was only one. Because the one we have in the vault is a 304, and the one that we have in oh, I wasn't even looking. I just whatever. So the one we have in the vault is 30. Yes, this is the game with the rooms. Okay, I'm gonna do that, but I can't really do anything. But there is an extra gem. I need 3. No. How many do I need for the conservatory? I'm not sure. Um, I need to change the or sorry, the key we have in our room. Oh, I actually need that. Okay. What I'm looking for is the conservatory. What I need to do is try to find a way for it to spawn. What is the objective in this game? The objective in this game, the original objective in this game is to find a way to the antechamber and find a way to open the antechamber and then get to the room beyond it. So you have to find the lever for both this door and one of these doors, of which there are several. So I've already gotten to room 46 before. I've gotten there twice. First time does the cutscene for the end of the game where technically the kid gets his inheritance, but that's honestly where the real game starts because there are many more secrets and puzzles to unlock that you have not done yet. And this game goes on for quite a while longer. It's apparently it's a thing in the community to call the start of the game really just the main objective of the game really just a tutorial. Which I don't doubt. It's quite the hassle to get there. And there's a lot more you can learn and find and figure out and all sorts of crap. I think I already fucked this up. No, I did not. Special floor plans cost steps instead of... I can make that work. No, it's not scary. There's no horror aspect to this game. Normally I do horror games and stuff like that. This is not one of them. This is just a roguelite puzzle game. The schoolhouse adds 8 more classrooms to the drafting pool. And every time you have a new classroom in your on your grid here. So say I have a classroom here, right? That would be grade 1. I spawn another one here, grade 2, another one here, grade 3, so on and so forth, all the way up to 9. You can have a total of 9 of them. And those classrooms will give you tips for different puzzles that you can find later on, and etc. I haven't bothered to go through with it yet because, quite frankly, I just don't care. I will have to go through it at some point, but I don't want to do that right now. Oh, thanks for following, Goldfish. So yeah, that's really the dealio. I just got screwed by the fucking pool. What I am looking for is the vault. I do also stream on Twitch and YouTube. I stream all over the place. I also try to edit down videos. I haven't done any posting of that yet because I require a tool that I have not, I cannot purchase yet. So, green rooms do not cost money to draft. Well, that's cool. Except I would dead end myself. So, yeah. So like I said, I've already gotten room 46, and while there are puzzles in there to do, I do not have the clues to do them. So my current, oh fuck me. Oh, is streaming my only work? I have a way to pay my rent and stuff like that, but it's not much. Okay, so we've gotten our vault that we've been, hi Kira, or Kira, that I've been working towards for a couple hours yesterday. Oh shit. Well, thanks for following Goldfish on Twitch. I need a key from here. Thankfully, it should be relatively easy. Sorry if English is bad. It's my second language. Don't worry. English is my first language and I'm still terrible at it. Whatever. I'm just gonna ignore that. Okay, so now we have a new objective, and that is to, find a coat check-in, because I have stuck an item in there. If you're wondering what the coat check-in does, is... Oh, I'm going to be in trouble if I don't watch what I do. A coat check-in will allow me to store an item. So every time the day resets, all my items are given up, all my money is given up, all my gems are given up, and all my keys are given up. Then the next day I start with a couple gems, thanks to a permanent addition I've added, and like one of these. And then same with my allowance, you find coins that allow you to have an allowance, and there are many, many, many of them. So you can have a pretty good starting allowance. There's also experiments in the laboratory you can do to raise that as well. I have not had the pleasure of finding one to abuse yet, so yeah. But right now my current goal is just to find a coat check-in. So, yeah, we've already found, like I said before, we already found room 46 like a long time ago. Gotta support fellow streamers. This game looks like a lot. It's a very, very long game. It's not like wrong to say this would probably take you like 100 hours to get everything, like do all the achievements, which are rather difficult. I can go back to this, or next time I go to the start, I'll kind of show it. But there's an achievement for beating the game day 1 on dare mode, on normal mode. Dare mode, I think gives effects to all the different room types. What is it? It also, and then there's also curse mode, which only gives you 13 steps to start with. At base, you start with 50, and then you find an addition that can raise you to 70. But yeah, cloister. But yeah, there's a lot to find. It's a really good game if you like puzzle games. The only different thing is, like I said, it's very time consuming, and this is the game where you're gonna write down physical notes. Couldn't sleep last night, so here I am. Oh, I'm sorry, Connor. God, you're reminding me to play fucking Late Dangerous. I haven't had the chance to do that in a while. That'll probably be like my next stream. That's not this. Commissary. I don't think there'll be anything in there I could particularly need, but a magnifying glass, set of gems. I'll take a set of gems. Don't make it wrong, I love puzzles. My P brain wouldn't be good at. This game is so complicated, it encourages you in the game to get a pen and paper and start writing down notes. There's a lot to it. Every room in this place has clues for at least 2 puzzles, if not more. I am 100% confident in that statement. Probably more. Like these, for example, are clues for one of the puzzles. And not every room has a chess piece, but a lot of them do have chess piece, and those are clues for another puzzle. I also don't know where I'm going in the grid. Fuck. I will do the billiard room. This one involves fucking math, which it gets complicated, very complicated. 4. Where's the 4? 20. What is 1/3 of 20? And you just redeemed a thing. What did you redeem? Hydrate? No, yeah. I actually just downed like a liter of water a little bit ago, so I'm gonna veto that a bit. But hold on. No, 30. Okay, so 10. I think. Oh wait, no, sorry. Okay, it is. Well, thanks, Descendant. I appreciate that. Following. Okay, so it also has you like square things, but this is square turn on its side, which means you need to swap the numbers that you end up with when you reach that color. Each of these colors represents addition, subtraction, multiplication, and then purple is division. How long has this game been out? I don't know. I can check for you though if you would like. Hold on. Ew, math? Oh yeah, no, you have no idea. This shit gets into the point of decimal places sometimes. It gets oddly complicated. This game has been out since April 10th, so 4 months and a bit. Right, so we start off with 3, minus 1, so we're at 2. 2 times 6 is 12. Swap that around, 21. And then minus 2 equals 19. It's about 45 bucks Canadian, I think. No, it's $39 Canadian, sorry. It's very it's a pricey game, but the amount of time that you get out of it, it's worth it. Um Math is bad, chemistry is bad too. Very bad. So evil. Is it on Steam? Yeah, I think it's only on Steam. I'm not a console player. Not for like disliking. I mean, I do dislike consoles for a couple reasons. Yes, I am also Canadian. A um, because that's just math in disguise. Yeah, but but at least with chemistry you can blow shit up, and as Canadians we understand that very well. Um, Canadian gaming, yeah. I'm the funny thing though is I'm a West Coaster, so like I don't have like the traditional accent and shit. And if you think I sound weird, I'm just like that, unfortunately. All I did in school was fucking math. Math was the only thing I was good at in school. It was easy, I guess, because it's simple. I can't do that. I can't. Fuck. I'm French. Oh, wait. You're a Quebecois? Oh my god. Somebody who doesn't exist here. Gross. No, Gunner. Yeah, I noticed why you don't sound weird. The Canadian accent isn't like as heavy as like TV shows and movies and stuff. Um, motherfucker. Okay, hold on. I'll get to that in a second. Um, TVs and movies and stuff drastically overdo our accent because they're just being dicks about it. Um, the stuff about the RCMP is pretty true though. But on the note of the Quebecois, um, yeah, no, we actually joked about how the I was joking, I think yesterday that the Quebecois don't exist, which is funny because I have had friends who are French Canadian. Oh right, this thing is going off because there's money in here, I'm guessing. Anyway, so yeah, it's just a big gag. Uh, well, I guess I don't really need gems. Oh well, magnifying glass. I'll take a shovel though. Man, I just got here. Yeah, no, we joked about the Quebecois and stuff like that the other day. You're Italian. I don't know much about Italians outside of that Italian cooking involves pasta and like every form of media. And I am not personally not a fan of pasta. Not because I hate it, just you feel a little luckier. Oh, right, because this counts as a green room. Um, it's not that I dislike I hate pasta. It's just that when you're poor here, pasta and usually some form of soup are like what you eat a lot of. And I did that a lot to the point to where I just I don't eat much pasta. If anything, the things I like a lot are finger foods. Um, Casino. Why did you buy a shovel? I bought a shovel. Oh yeah, fishies. When I mean there's clues everywhere, by the way, there are clues everywhere. Like in here. You can't see it because the water's up, but there's actually an arrow pointing to one of these, meaning that there is a clue in one of them to another thing. I bought a shovel because there are dig spots like that all over the mansion. Um, and if you fish my family, we hit almost every time here. Yeah, I just unless I buy like a pre-done sauce, I'm not gonna bother. I'm too poor for that. But dig spots can give you a number of things. They can spawn items, they can give you keys, they can give you money, they can actually give you food, which gives you more steps. My Twitch chat is just people going blub blub and bloob because fishy fishy. Oh, this is actually the goldfish room, by the way. This is very much your room. Imagine his weird designer must have been a huge troll. So the thing is that it's canon that the house is like this, that it always changes. It's just how the world works. It's not magic. It's just a part of the architecture. This is not like somewhere in the U.S. in some weird magic mansion. This is an entirely different world with its own countries, laws, and histories, of which are actually something you need to find and use to interpret for other puzzles. History of Ordinian is what you actually have to find. Eden, Simon here. Okay, so the plot of the game is that you play as Simon, I believe Simon Sinclair? Or Simon P. Jones. Your uncle, or your great uncle or something, passed away and left you the mansion. And his entire estate. And all the secrets that are held in. One of the things is that you're the only thing you need to find your inheritance is to get to the antechamber and the room beyond it, which is the hidden 10th rank room 46, which is his office. Getting there is difficult. I think there is an implication, however, that there is a way to control how the mansion does things, but everyone else must play by the rules. Anyway, this room, although it does have books, also has stats. I just need to. Apparently, I've played for 42 hours. I have 104 total days. My longest day was 1 hour and 49 minutes, and the average day is about 23. And I got my inheritance in 8 hours. That doesn't sound right. Or maybe 8 hours ago. Gameplay wise, I don't know. I got the inheritance and then stopped playing for a little while because I was so burnt out. That was almost 13-hour stream went back when I did that. So it was I burned out quite hard. Key card is in the coaching. Blah, blah. My favorite floor plans. Contraptions I've made. Apparently there's total 8 for that. Book receipt, largest person. I don't know what's supposed to be here. Most avoided floor plans. Imagine you sleep there and you wake up on the roof. But yeah, no, I believe. Oh wait, what was it? 3? Highest grade 3. I believe there's an implication that kind of, but there are ways to modify spawn rates or effects of rooms, which is kind of what our plan was today, was to find a conservatory. And now it's somewhat changed into finding a coat check, but I'm getting screwed by RNG, something awful. So, as for whether I will actually find it, I really don't know. And it just reset my gems. Awesome, because I'm fucking stupid. Oh, there's a coat check. But it'll mean the end of this run, but at this point we have the vault, and I really could not fucking care. So the code check is a place that allows you to check in one item, and it will no longer be in the spawn pool for items. And then you can grab it out when you find the code check again. One of our goals today was to use a vault key in the vault, and I had a lot of trouble spawning the vault. But thankfully I actually found it today, so hopefully I can get there and find out what the fuck is going on. Oh, there's a thing north here I didn't notice. Uh, 304. 304. Uh, passport? J Ribbon. This is his aunt. Oh, one of the. Oh, okay. Have a good night, Bunny. One of the mysteries of this game is finding out what happened to his aunt, and apparently she ran away. The problem is I'm also looking for things called sanctum keys, and unfortunately the sanctum. Oh, there's a key in here. That's actually really useful. The sanctum keys are. Fuck, I'm in a bit of trouble here. Sorry, the sanctum keys are permanent unlocks, so I'm trying to find them all because they also have like story use and stuff. Like I said, there's like a million puzzles in this game. Patio, study, gymnasium. Every time I walk in this room, I lose 2 steps, by the way, so I have to be very careful. Oh, shit. Great. I'm not doing the math in here. I'm going to use what few steps I have and try to get over to the veranda. If only I got to tier 8, that would have been really useful, but unfortunately that was not the case. Dig spots also have other uses. If you have a kennel, then a dig spot will actually unlock all the doors if you use one. So that's pretty useful. Oh, I just wasted a step. Shit. Well, please have steps. Nope. Oh, that gave me some. Nothing of interest was buried here. Greenhouse. Not what I wanted. I'm looking for a very specific green room. Green rooms also, a lot of them can only spawn on the edges. And I didn't get what I want. Fuck. Well, whatever. Food will also raise your steps, which is nice, but I don't even have the gift shop, so I can't even spend my money. Or a bookstore. Oh, the cloister. No, that required a key pass, and I don't have that. I don't think anything here has a door. Or has a computer, sorry. I might be, if I can get outside, I might be able to use this upgrade desk. If I can use the upgrade disc, I can modify some of the parameters of a room. There's only 16 of these things, so they spawn in one place once, and then they'll never spawn there again once you've used them. Canonically, by the way, Simon does not sleep. Ooh, please, 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 please. Yes. Simon doesn't actually sleep on the grounds. He sleeps nearby. I can show you that after. I just need to do the disc. Please do the vault. Please do the vault. Please do the fuck. Bunk room. If you have exactly 2 hallways from drafting this room, double your keys. If you have exactly double your gems. I'll do double gems. Yes, it's a part of his inheritance that he's not allowed to keep anything between adventures. I also don't know what the deal is with these microchips. You start out with one. I found a second one because somebody decided to spoil something and I took advantage. And I don't know where the last one is. But every day when you run out of steps, he's quote unquote exhausted, and he will come over to here and he will sleep. Um, but yeah, his inheritance is to his uncle was in love with puzzles. And so a part of his inheritance is that if he needs to go through and find everything using only what he finds on a particular day, and then yeah. One of the things that allows you to raise your initial steps is by unlocking this gate and having access to the fruit orchard, which gives you 20 more steps every day. I don't think there's anything out here. I think this place is pretty well spent. Oh, that's where this was. Oh. Anyway. So yeah, my headcanon is that his uncle is just the Riddler from the Batman comics. No, that probably wouldn't be that far off. There's also a sundial here. I don't know what the deal with the sundial is. I don't think it has any particular meaning, but who knows? When it comes to this, I really have no clue. And then every day you call it a day. He returns to his campgrounds. I've already found it, so he owns the place, but gameplay wise, that doesn't change anything. Aside from he now has access to a trophy room and the gift shop. But there are ways to. So here's the thing: is that the lever for room 46 is not in the mansion; it's beneath the mansion. Now I've unlocked it, so I'm just gonna go there and just for show and tell. But one of the things you need to do is spawn the foundation in a place. So when you get the foundation and you spawn it, it stays there permanently. It's the only room that does not reset, aside from the entrance hall and the antechamber. You can place this anywhere, I think, up to this rank. So the most optimal place is here, I believe, because then you can actually spawn. You can actually get to the foundation from outside, go up, and then start your journey here, and then go directly to the antechamber if you need to. There are ways to do that. Of course, you still need to find a way to open one of the doors for the antechamber entrances. Each door has two levers. And then this one has one lever, and that's what I'm about to just go show you for demonstration purposes. I only unlocked this stream ago, like last stream, which is there's a tunnel here that if you break open this wall, the super sludge, you can go this way. Because it wasn't complicated enough. Yeah, there's several ways to get there. One of the ways is the tomb, which is how I was doing it before, and then I finally unlocked the foundation way to turn on the elevator. Oh, by the way, the only way you can use this bit with the elevator in the foundation, by the way, is actually getting to room or to the antechamber. Even if you don't get into room 46, getting to the antechamber, getting that key, bringing it down here, and unlocking this will do that. You don't get to carry that key everywhere, so you have to make sure you unlock all the doors that it goes with when you get it. That's kind of the theme of this game. This is a whole other puzzle that I am kind of only halfway done. There's a boat. Oh, fuck. Actually, that's okay. The boat's over here. That's fine. I need to raise this a couple levels so I can go in over there, but I don't know how to do that right now. Anyway. Oh, whoops. The thing is like I said, this game there's histories for all the countries and families and all sorts of stuff. It's really, really complicated and very well done. And one of the things that you see here... Actually, hold on. I don't remember what this was about. Did I get everything with this? I got that. Oh, this permanently unlocked. Fucking liars. I was told that this did not permanently unlock. I was so upset. So I made sure to do it all in one go. Nothing this way. I can't help but wonder if this was meant for something else and they decided not to. Anyway, there's one of the other things is uncovering the history of the various countries and the fact that they summon demons. So this is the Sanctum. The Sanctum here is where you open the door for room 46. I've opened 3 of these. I require 8. 7 of the keys are through these doors, and I believe on whatever the second to last door you open, we'll have the key for the 8th door, supposedly. And then you have to figure out the summoning circle for each country. Each country has a symbol. And oh, thank you. I'm a butler, by the way. If you didn't notice, that's the whole outfit shtick. Hold on. I'm a butler. Because people like to use me. Anyway, and this is unlocking the room 46. But remember, you have to do this every time. You remind me of Marceline. Who's Marceline? Wait, do you mean from like Adventure Time? Ha! I am unfortunately not a gay vampire. I'm a pansexual demon angel thingy. I'm supposed to have wings and a horn, but I haven't bothered modeling those yet, so modeling is kind of gives me anxiety, so I've just kind of avoided it. Anyways, this is room 46. I just blew a bunch of steps to show. Or this is how you get to room 46. Or unlock it from... I unlocked this door. That's what that lever was for. So whenever you do a playthrough, you need to find a lever for one of these doors. Come down here. Do a lever for this door. And then you can get to room 46. But until you unlock all the things telling you like where the other levers are that are not out in the open, like that are sealed off, like I found, you're gonna have a bit of a rough time. Thankfully, I found all that, so now I know. You take tons and tons of screenshots. You take tons and tons of sorry, you take tons of screenshots. You're gonna write down physical notes. It's a very, very complicated, long ass game. And apparently there's a ton more beyond this, but I don't know if I'll ever get to that point. I don't even know if I'll ever stream this game to its completion. I'm going to be perfectly honest. It's a lot. This game is a lot. Anyways, our current goal is to find a conservatory so I can change the vault. In synthesis, you get brain dumb after completing the game. Sure, why not? Commissary. Sledge, shovel. We'll take the shovel. Compass? Oh, right. I forgot. Solarium. Ah. Well, if this is going to be a dead end, I would at least rather it be something useful. Nothing. I prefer to, if I'm gonna find like, oh, apparently this is gonna be like a real game. It's gonna come in like a later thing, so you can play in here. But yeah, this is kind of a piss poor run. Coat check. That'd be useful if I needed it. I don't have a need for a coat check right now. I don't have a vault key right now. Please don't get rid of my shovel. I can live with that. Oh, these are like some of the hints for the summoning circles and shit. But if you don't know the country, it's somewhat meaningless. Once you figure that out, it's actually pretty cool though, Mila. I don't know if I ever took a screenshot of that. I will then. Ooh, vault key. Our new goal is to find a safety deposit box. Or sorry, not a safety deposit box. It's to try to find a coat check now. How ironic, yeah. Finding vault keys is like really rare for me, so I uh I have very low expectation of finding one. There's a very large pool of. Do the borders mean something? So yeah, the borders. The green ones are like greenhouse and stuff like that, and what have you, and they have specific effects, but they also spawn in specific spots. Some of them can only be spawned on the borders. Some of them can only be spawned in the corners. And then the effects of what they'll have on them are dependent on where you do them, because some of these have good soil quality, some of them don't. So I'll just show you if my luck, so you can find a vault key. Yeah, this room is crazy, but yeah. Casino, Great Hall. I'd like casinos, but I really do not know that. Dwar. Dwar. One of the other things you're trying to find is that in many of these rooms, there's 8 vaults that you or safes you need to do that are not related to the vault. It's an entirely different fuck thing. Oh yeah, I cuss a lot, by the way. I don't know if that bothers anybody, but if you haven't noticed, I have quite the foul mouth. It's just how I talk, like a sailor. Terrace. Well, that'd be cool if that wouldn't. Fuck. I need the coat check. 370. Okay, so this is a dead end. There's really only 2 more spots, so I highly doubt I will just find a vault. The Banner of the King thing, by the way, that's also another ability you can find by doing various puzzles. You can unlock that. The requirements for keys increase the more rooms you go across. So so I think it's once you start getting to rank 4 is when you start needing keys sometimes. By the time you're about here, you need keys almost every time. And then by this point, you absolutely need keys. There's also electronic security doors that require take a separate method to open, but you can also is a way to circumvent that. Yes, fuck yeah. Okay, please be a vault. Shh. I will lower this though to be commonplace. This one I will also lower to standard because I need there's a puzzle or two in here that I've never even touched before, outside of taking a screenshot. So, rotund. It's a cool room. It's just not. It just doesn't really matter too much. I have made rooms rare because I just have no use for them. But yeah, there's a lot of the time it's just you change rooms as you need them. Next update, they're going to add a room that can only be opened if you play all the other rooms. I'm pretty sure there's already a room like that, room 8. I don't know what room 8 is. It's the only room that's not room 46 that I do not have a file for. Room 48 has its own, or sorry, puzzle 8, or room 8 has its own puzzle. Or sorry, has its own achievement for finishing its puzzle on tier 8, apparently. I don't know what it is, though. The only thing I know is it's a blue room, but whatever it takes to spawn it is totally beyond me. It's one of the rooms I may spoil for myself because I don't know what to do about it. Wow, this is a really shitty start. Workshop. Fuck. Observatory. I need more stars. When you get to 50 stars, you can, Oh, okay. When you get to 50 stars, you can actually use them to re-roll rooms, which is really useful if you're looking for something, but I burned through like 15 of them really easily, so not something I'd personally recommend. Coat check. I mean, coat check would be cool if I had a use for it, but I don't. Play just dance as a puzzle. Wouldn't that be interesting? The metal detector or the shovel spawns in here fairly often, so it's a good way to get it if you need it. This game is actually really loud in my ears. I'm turn that down a bit. Commissary, items for sale. Sure, I have enough gems to spare. So gems, sledgehammer. I'll take a sledgehammer and a set of gems. And a gem. That should be more gems than I need this playthrough. Look. Keys are also useful. There's no such thing as too many. Some rooms in this game require you to have, like, a lot of them. One of the rooms in this game, like, will take somewhere around 12 of them inside the room. It's the locker room. I've never unlocked the entirety of the locker room before. Room color of your choice. Let's pick this one. Oh, I'm gonna do something stupid, but I'm gonna Banner of the King this. Shop rooms. Okay. Mount Holly gift shop. Useful. Not what I'm looking for. Showroom. Luxury items. This is useful, but these items only last the run you're in unless you stick them in a coat check when you're done. I don't want to bother with that because I still have like a vault key in the coat check, so. Fuck. I will take this because the food is useful. I don't know how many green rooms do I have in my house. Only the one. I plan on having more, so. Finding a vault would be really funny. This is an addition you can buy in the gift shop. This room only gets food in it when you get to rank 8, which is difficult. Let's go gambling. Let's go gambling. Yep. Hey. This is going well. Crazy take, but the best part about gambling is losing. That's funny. There's no way I can get anything on this. Maybe? Hey. Hopefully, as long as I'm smart about this, this will work fine. That's a waste. Ooh. If I can get a crown here. Damn it. I am going to keep doing this till I either get enough money to get what I want, or I just kind of run out. Whichever comes first, you know? So far, I'm not losing too much. And snakes are kind of screw me though. If I got the crowns, that would be really, really good. I don't have confidence in that though. Ooh, nice. What if we get it 2 times? Please. Oh, ho, ho, ho. We are in the positive. Oh, the snakes. Yes, the snakes will they'll really screw you over if you're not careful. They'll turn this number into 0. No, they're snakes. If you get snakes and then if the net, you'll get 3 for every snake on there. By the way, the machine with the broken lever does have a higher chance of getting good rolls. Unfortunately, Oh, I should have kept that. Damn it. Unfortunately, I don't really feel like looking for the lever. It's not worth the effort. I do watch anime, yes. Not as often as I used to, for sure, but I do pick out the odd anime. Right now, the anime that I have downloaded but haven't watched is I went to an all guys mixer, which is about 3 guys that go to a mixer with what looks to be like 3 guys, except they're just girls that cross-dress and look like really handsome dudes. What happens if you get 2x 4 times? I don't think you get anything. Unless you get like a clover and then a bunch of the 2x's, that's probably the most optimal outcome. Anyway, so that anime, it looks really good, and I have high hopes for it. I just haven't bothered watching it yet. I'm also not totally done with Apothecary Diaries. I'm on episode 18 of the first season. Oh, the Diaries is a very well animated, well, anime. It looks good. It has a banging intro. It's also just funny. Momo is great. I watch it in the English dub and I enjoy it very much. It's Apothecary Diaries is one of those ones I put up there with like Freyren. Apothecary Diaries is about a girl who is an apothecary and gets kidnapped and is turned into a working girl for the emperor. By working girl, I mean like she just becomes a servant girl. She's technically it's a part of a scheme where like people can send their family to work for the royal palace and some of their paycheck is sent back to their family, but unfortunately there's also somewhat of a culture of like girls getting kidnapped and then those girls' paychecks are sent back to their whoever, and yeah. Anyway, so she's sent there and she's like, oh, well, okay, and then I guess I'm just here now. And proceeds to do that, but also doesn't want to tell people that she's an apothecary, but then start solving problems using her knowledge because, well, people start dying if she doesn't, so. Uh, yeah, she also does that. She's also like very smart and knows a lot, like not just about like medicine and crap, but also she about like other stuff. Hey, first payout on snakes. So far we're in like also Freyren is about a immortal elf girl who it's about her journey after, so she was a part of the heroes party and they defeated the demon king, right? um like I said, she's immortal, so she can spend a decade doing whatever, and like to her it's like chump change in terms of time. So after um about 80 years, she goes to meet kind of everybody from the heroes party, and they're all old, obviously, or something. Or sorry, it's like 50 or 60 years, and they're all old by this point and dying essentially. Uh, anyway, by I think episode 3, she finds out that one of the members of the party has a kid, and she starts helping him kind of teach her how to be a mage while she's there deciphering something. And her goal ends up becoming to find a place where you can meet your loved ones again who have passed away, and she wants to meet Himmel, who, well, dies like first episode because he's old. He just passes away peacefully. By the time they go on their journey, the girl is, I think, she like turns 18 or something. The first season takes place over like several years. um It's each season. The first season is 26 episodes, I think, so it's pretty long. Damn it. So yeah, it's a super long series. Anyways, she takes Fern with her onto her adventure of, I guess, finding out what Himmel wants and shit like that. It's Himmel's death that kind of starts her changing as a person, because she's immortal, she's very apathetic, she's not very emotional, and it's about her journey after the end of the hero's journey, which is why it's called Freyrin Beginning After the End, or Journey After the End, or something like that. And it's a very, very good show. It's not, it does have action. Do not expect constant action though. It has its moments, and it's again, it's very well animated. I'm pretty sure this is the longest I've spent on a run in a very long time. Two times nothing is nothing. Man, the amount of fucking snakes I keep getting is brutal. I wonder if it's the game's way of telling me to stop. But yeah, Freyrin is one of those animes I would just recommend you just go out and give a good shot. Gambling is eternal. It is eternal. I'm trying to find enough money for to buy a book. Have I ever watched JoJo? I watched half of part 1, but that's it. I never got to the end of it. I know that the first 2 seasons are like really dry compared to the rest of the series. Like, a lot of times people just recommend to start with part 3 or Diamond is Unbreakable or whatever the fuck it's called. But I prefer to watch a show from the very beginning. But I never got beyond that. I was honestly just kind of bored of it. It wasn't what I was expecting though. Which was kind of a part of it. I didn't know that all like the stuff about stands and things wasn't until like the 3rd part. So I had no idea, which is a part of my disappointment. Because all you hear about like JoJo later is like stands and abilities and weird shit and magic arrows and crap, and it's not until then that you like, it's not until the 3rd part where all that stuff happens. So you get to part 1 and it's just like, what the fuck is Hamon? What the fuck is being a Ripple user? What is this shit? Where the fuck is the magical dolls that pop out of people as their like their fucking Persona users? You know? It was really weird, and it definitely turned me off to the series a little bit. That and all the damn memeing about JoJo in general is just not the biggest fan. I'm willing to give it another shot, but I'm not gonna like actively go out and look for it. If I see it on like Netflix or something, I might give it a try, but maybe if that requires getting a Netflix subscription again. So, and I have a lot of other shows I want to watch. I want to watch Ozark. I want to watch the rest of the Umbrella Academy. I want to watch I think there's other shows on there I want to watch, but I don't remember what they're called, honestly. We're also running out of money for this gambling adventure. Man, the rarity on those damn clovers. We're also going to animate 7, which many fans say is the best part. Fair enough. Isn't it like, I heard that like something about like either part 7 or part 8, it just goes into like a different timeline or some weird shit, which confuses me even more. Okay. Well, we had a good run when it came to gambling, but that didn't work out. I don't know. I'm open to JoJo, but I'm not going to like expect much from it. W gambling, indeed. I just got hit with like a wave of exhaustion. I'm so tired. I only slept 4 hours. Laboratory. That's useful. Experiment setup. Continue with experiment. Each time you eat an apple, gain 1 star. Each time you find some trash while digging. Each time you draft a hallway from another hallway. So you can do experiments to like cause certain effects for that run. Um, my personal favorite one is every time you draft a red room, you get one to your allowance. I've only gotten that twice, and I haven't been able to abuse it as much as I would have liked, which is unfortunate. Usually a show where you turn off your brain and watch funny dudes go burr. Yeah, that's fair. I just I just don't care enough to like put in an active effort to watch it. Like I said, I've got tons of like non-anime shows I want to watch. Like I said before, like Umbrella Academy, Ozark, and Sandman. I want to go back and fucking finish Sandman. I only got through half the first season, and then I want to watch a couple anime. I also want to download Gundam Seed, the HD remaster. Um, so I want to do that as well. And that's like 50 episodes a season. What I like with JoJo is that most times the good guys also die. That's actually kind of nice. One of my big problems with a lot of anime and TV shows is that like nobody ever dies. Everybody has plot armor. And I'm not saying like, oh, I just want characters to die for no reason. I want there to be consequences for everyone. Yeah, nobody is above, cause and effect. There is creating a story, but there is creating a story that's incredibly unrealistic, and I would like to avoid that personally. Like, what's a show where that happens? A way to do that wrong though is I I'm telling you, and JoJo plot armor is mostly for the villain. That's fair. What's it called? It's called Chaos Dragon. So that's I haven't watched that anime. I'm gonna be like full disclosure. I have not watched Chaos Dragon, but it does have a really good intro. If you ever want a tune that's banging, um, but Chaos Dragon is an anime. From what I've read about it, is that over the course of that show, so spoilers if you want to watch it and not be spoiled by anything. But Chaos Dragon has the main character essentially sacrifice the lives of all of his companions over the course of the entire series. Nobody really lasts long, and that's kind of like the downside. I.e., you get a character one episode, and there's a solid possibility he's going to sacrifice them in order to have power from like the dragon inside him. Is that a Griffith reference? I don't know. It's I don't know. It's something about I don't really remember the plot too much from what I read. I just know that in order to use the power of the dragon inside him that he hates, he has to essentially sacrifice the lives of his companions, and some of them like even beg him to and stuff like that. But it becomes one of these situations where like people just die and die and die and die. It's called Chaos Dragon, I think. Um, hold on, I need to see if I can find it. I've never read Berserk. I've seen some stuff about it. I also know they can't get a goddamn anime adaptation of that show right, so that's somewhat turned me off to ever watching it. I might read it one day. The thing is, I know it will never be finished because the author died. The only thing I really know about Berserk, beyond the fact that some people get violated and Griffith just wants to be a god or something, um, is that uh, when the author, oh, his best friend is continuing the manga. Okay, is that when the mangaka died, they had a sigil, or what's it, is it called, a sigil, uh or something, where a thing where like a bunch of people stood around and mourned and shit like that, for the mangaka, and they did that in Final Fantasy 14, among other games, because one of the characters, or one of the things you can get, is a glowing greatsword as a relic weapon. And you essentially, I guess it's meant to be like a Berserk reference or something like that. One of the funny things about Berserk, though, that I think, is that a lot of people will watch the movie Brightburn and be like, is that a Berserk reference? Because how the protagonist writes his, I guess, his insignia as being Brightburn, um apparently looks very similar to the symbol in Berserk that people are branded, or sacrifices are branded with. So that's something I think is really funny about that movie. If you don't know what Brightburn is, it's essentially like, what if Superman was evil as a kid, and instead of coming to Earth to do great things, he came to Earth and was pre-programmed as a sleeper agent to take over the world, which is ends up like kind of what ends up happening. And it doesn't mince around. It's not like kind. It's very brutal. I'm not gonna say it's like one of the shows that's like, it's not actual Superman, but it's a kid who's as strong as Superman or something like that. Like, he's got laser vision, he can fly, he's virtually indestructible. Um his kryptonite is like a piece of material from his ship, but that's like the only thing that can hurt him. Uh yeah, so it's like that. He's also super fast. He's also very it's also a lot more realistic than Superman. Like, for example, if he flies and grabs somebody at like Mach 10, he just splatters the person across the ground. Stuff like that. So it's a movie directed by James Gunn, and I think it's done by like James Gunn, his brother, and the kid that plays Brightburn is like his nephew or something. It's not a favorite horror movie, but it is one I enjoy. My favorite horror movie is The Black Phone. What am I doing today? Right. We're trying for a conservatory. You don't know what is? Oh, what, the Black Phone? Um, The Black Phone is a movie about, I think, set in the 1980s, where kids are being kidnapped by a guy who's just called like the Grabber. Um, he's a serial killer, and the protagonist ends up becoming one of the kids he kidnaps. And there's a black phone in the room that he's kept. It's not hooked up to anything, but he can hear the voices of the kids who died. They don't really know who they are. They're kind of like trapped in the veil, and they give him advice and stuff like that. And yeah, it's it circumvents a lot of expectation, and I very much enjoy that movie. It's it goes like beyond a lot of tropes and stuff like that. It's pretty realistic, so or it's a lot more realistic than a lot of other ones. Veranda. Ooh, shovel. That's useful. I just got hit with like a wave of exhaustion, and then it hit me like a truck. I think my body wants me to go sleep. I don't do that. I need to also do the outer room because I haven't done that. It's 6:18 a.m. where I am. I only slept like 4 hours last night. I was supposed to do something else today, but it seems the person that was going to facilitate that has just passed the fuck out, so who knows. Oh, you're so you're in like the UK then, or that region, or sorry, not that region, that time zone ish. I have a friend there who lives in South Africa. When did I wake up? Uh, I don't know. One, maybe 1:30. Oh right, Italy. Fuck. Yeah. I have a friend in the time zone. They live in South Africa. I have zero idea where all the like the European countries and shit that are also in there are outside of, well, the UK. Bum 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 bum. Hallway, chapel, hallway, guest room. Yeah, I'm pretty exhausted. Oh, obligations, obligations. Our goal right now is still to find another fault. Oh shit. Closets, you usually have a gem. Yeah, all these keys are great, but um, oh, are you kidding me? I'm gonna dead end right here. That's bullshit. Was there any rooms in here that I want to? Veranda, garage. What if I stick the garage in there? I'm curious. So the blessing I got is that when I call it a day in a certain room, it'll show up in the drafting pool for the outer room. The outer room only has 6 rooms that you can draft in there. unless you get a specific blessing from the shrine and then call it a day in a room in the house, and that room will spawn in the drafting pool for that. So I'm curious as to what will happen if I do the garage. I mean, I'll start out with 3 keys, which is pretty cool, but not really what I'm intending to find at all. How long have I, like, today or in general? Because that's a oddly complicated question. I've been live for about an hour and a half. Just a little bit less than that. I really need to combine Twitch chat and my YouTube and Twitch and TikTok and shit. Well, I've been a content creator ever since I was like 13, and I'm 28, so there's that. How long have I been a VTuber specifically? 3 something years. Probably almost 3.5 now. Streaming in general, probably 10. I stopped streaming for a long time though because I just got really sad, huh? I mean you're fine. I mean, you can just be wherever you want, man. Do whatever's comfortable for you. Oh, this is Oh, they thought of this. So the funny thing, I was made aware yesterday that the developers of this game have thought of everything. So one of the things you can do with that blessing is you can do the foundation, and remember, it does not reset when you reset the day. So you only get to spawn it once in the house. But however, if you have that blessing and you spawn the foundation in the outer room, it permanently is a part of the outer room. And they added there's a protocol in the game for that, and you get something that's called scareaway spray or something, or no, repellent, and it'll erase the room from there. Essentially, I think you can find it other ways, so you can move the foundation. I don't really know how to find it normally, but you can indeed find it and move this to a better spot if you wanted to. Well, in theory, you still have to wait for it to come in the draft, so it really depends on how much you want to farm that. If you wonder why I don't stream with music and stuff like that, it's the creators must be geniuses. This game took them 8 years to make. They took a lot of time and effort and care in putting it together. I haven't, other than a few odd graphical glitches, which really is only with the foundation and the pool for some reason. I have yet to encounter anything. There are bugs in the game, strictly speaking, but unless you're a speedrunner, you'll probably never run into them because it's so like specific. There are speedruns. You can get to room 46 day 1 using glitches and just spawning in said room or into the antechamber. Yeah. If we're going to talk about games where there's not a lot of bugs and stuff like that, my favorite one to talk about, at least back at release, was Resident Evil 8. So Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil Village was a very special game when it was released. So when it was released, it was supposed to people thought that you'd be able to skip things and just shoot through the game and whatever. No. Resident Evil 8 is built upon you're supposed to go through and fight each of the heads of, I guess, like the area, like the counts and stuff like that. The head of each house. And as you go through the heads of each houses, you'll find jars that you need for later, there is no way to skip past all this stuff because they all involve triggers that rely on the past trigger. The only thing I think, the only time save that I remember back then is that for within the very first place you go, which is Lady Dimitrescu's castle, there is a 5-minute time save in her castle. Otherwise, you have to do everything proper from beginning to end. It is probably one of the most well put together AAA games at the start of or at its release. And it was kind of terrible for anybody who wanted to do speedruns that involved lots and lots of glitching out of bounds and stuff like that. It's not the kind of It's not the kind of game you could really do that. And it wouldn't really make any things particularly faster. If you've ever seen behind the scenes stuff, for games and stuff like that, there is a behind the scenes for Resident Evil 8, and it is awesome. A lot of it was done with, there are some scenes, for example, where like characters throw stuff around, and they actually had a 3D environment for them to pick something up and chuck it essentially for the animations and shit. So it was pretty cool. I like that game a lot. It's one of the few games I've ever pre-ordered before. I don't pre-order games often. I've pre-ordered maybe 5 games, period. Or something like that. Halo Reach back in the day when I was a kid. Resident Evil 8. No Man's Sky. I don't think any other. I guess technically Stellar Blade that just came out. I pre-ordered its PC release because I wanted the pre-order rewards. I don't know anything else that I've pre-ordered, but pre-ordering is not something I generally do unless I am very interested in a game. Limbus Company? Isn't that a gotcha? Hold on. I like gotcha games, but I wasn't interested in starting another, assuming that's the one I'm thinking of. It looked interesting. Limbus Company. As an executive manager of Limbus Company, your goal of group of 12 sinners, adventure in the brain facilities, lobotomy corporation, like claims the goal. Yeah, I thought about it, but I never ended up touching it. Most of the gotchas I play are just MiHoYo and Decade. Oh shit. And Fate Go when I am in the mood for it. Speaking of which, I actually have to load up Fate Go. I think the anniversary is happening soon. And that's usually free shit, so. Anyway. Cloister. I'm not getting very lucky when it comes to the drops, though. There are flowers in the game where they'll have gems on them, but unfortunately, I'm just not getting lucky enough to get those. I usually just like gotchas, and that's fair. I don't blame people who aren't a fan of gotchas. It's a to each their own thing. If I was going to recommend somebody who doesn't like gotchas because they think they're all about money, I'd recommend some of the more simpler stuff. There's a whole pay-to-win aspect. I mean, yeah. Fate Go, funnily enough, is one of those gotchas that is not pay-to-win, and it's really funny when people think it is. I don't know why I did that. Because that game, trying to pay to win will do you nothing but get you characters that you need to grind for. It doesn't like any serve you any good. It's pretty free to play plainly. That's cool. If I was gonna say which MiHoYo game I think is very free to play friendly, probably Star Rail. As long as you don't care about the meta, you can just play as you like. That's what I do. I do spend some money in that game, but not like a ton. Um, ZZZ can be pretty free to play plan or friendly. Just get the characters you want and not really care about anything else. And you can play with default characters. It actually it's funny is that if you just want to play story and stuff like that, it gives you the characters to play the story modes, so you never need to use your own. I mean, you can use your own if you want, but you can also just use the canon ones, and that's really nice. Seiko? What's Seiko? Can't spend money on games. That's fair. I spend like a little bit every month, not much. Like maybe $12 or something. I'm just mucking about. I have no real purpose to what I'm doing right now outside of just filling in spots. Okay, yeah, I'm just kind of wandering aimlessly. This is getting very close to me being screwed. Oh, a key. Death of drafting. Every archetype. Hmm. Whatever. Fuck. Okay. Uh, lost and found. I don't really have. I have the shuffle on me, so. Oh, goodbye, shovel. Prism key. Oh, damn. Well, that's the end of that. I think the foundation was an electronic room, so that room's dead to me as well. I mean, technically, I could do this, but I'd really rather not just suffer. Let's go gambling. Let's go. My carrot sit. My cat sitting on the back of my chair. Nook, corridor. You were right here. Oh, see you. I have a song stuck in my head, and I don't even know the words to it. And it's not all of them. Secret passage. Give me a green room. Greenhouse, courtyard, special cost bypassed. Okay. You know what? Let's just like for fun. Oh, right, I forgot. This is one of the most in your face levers. Unfortunately, you actually have to find the broken lever. The broken lever can spawn in here, but it's pretty unlikely. Oh, these are the gem flowers. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream today. I'm like I said, I'm pretty tired, so it really depends on if someone comes around today or not. Hi, kitty. Okay, please don't dead end this area. If I find the lever, I'll try to go to room 46 for fun. Let's see. Spare room. Coat check. Billiard room. Have I heard of Kamen Rider? Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it. I've seen a little bit of Kuga. I've only seen like an episode or two of Kuga. I've seen a couple episodes of the very first series that's like done back in 1971. But I haven't seen much of it. I've seen a lot of clips of it. One of the more recent series has a character who's called like Joker. No, not Joker. Oh, fuck, I can't remember his name, but he laughs maniacally and just like pulls out a gun and just shoots some dude in the head, like out of nowhere. And for Japan, that's like pretty crazy. I want to watch every series that guy's a part of. I know it's one of the newer ones for sure, but I think when I like start binging Kamen Rider, I'm gonna start with Kuga and just work my way through that era, and then eventually I'll go back and watch the original era. I just I don't have a ton of issues with like the original. It's just that every time I watch the original, which I only got through maybe like 3 or 4 episodes, it's like, wow, this really is a show from 1970 or from the 1970s. Yeah, I've seen many clips. I don't know where to watch that. You can watch a bunch of it on YouTube. Like, hold on, just let me double check. Like, I was just watching Kuga on YouTube. Kuga, if you're not aware, so Kamen Rider is broken up into 3 separate eras. I don't remember what they're called. I believe Hensei is the second era, and that is and that's the one I decided to start with in earnest. So Kamen Rider Kuga. Showa is one, I think. Yeah, like the entire series of Kamen Rider Kuga is on YouTube. Showa? No, I believe it is called Showa. Hold on. Rider Showa period. Yeah, it's called the Showa area or era, and that's where you got like Shin Kamen. That's where you got like the original Kamen Rider, and so on and so forth and what have you. I don't know if you can do links in TikTok chat, but that's the link to Kamen Rider Kuga. Kamen Rider Kuga apparently is weird as a Kamen Rider series. I guess it's done more like a drama than it is a regular Kamen Rider show. Like its story is done differently. But for all intents and purposes, from what I've seen, Kamen Rider Kuga is very much redoing the original Kamen Rider in a different way. I thought Decade's suit was cool. Decade as a character, from what I've seen, is really, or as a series, is really disliked because he has like no story of his own outside of something like he's destined to destroy all the common riders for whatever reason, and then they all try to kick his ass at one point. 134 times 2 times 4 times 3. Okay. 3, 4 times 2, 8. Okay. Decade's a funny character to me from what I've seen of him, because he's quite literally like, "Hi, I am all of you." I started watching Grav on Totally Legal Style. I mean, you should, if you want to watch Common Rider stuff, you should just see what's available on YouTube, because a lot of it is, from what I've seen, probably a lot like the newest stuff, but some of the older stuff, or a lot of the like older stuff, anything that's not like the current era is probably on there. So if you want to watch Common Rider, just go watch it on YouTube. That's my plan. The only reason I haven't gotten much into it is that, because hi Strawberry Lemonade, how you doing? The reason why I haven't gotten into much Common Rider is because there's no English dub for it, at least not on YouTube, and I don't necessarily have a problem with watching shows in sub. The issue, however, is that I cannot do stuff while watching it, and I have to give it my full attention. I like to multitask. 1, 2, 3. 3 minus 3 is what? 0, 0 times 15, 2? Okay. And the next show that will start is going to be international, from what I heard. I haven't seen much out of it. The only thing I've seen out of it is that his belt is just straight up on the center of his chest. Like it goes over his shoulders and stuff, like a satchel almost. Anyway, apparently -3 times 1, 3 times 3 is 9. Yeah, it's the only thing I know about him too. Yeah. I don't plan on looking into it much. I, as much as I like, the thing about Common Rider is it's one of the largest shows to get into. And the issue with that, like for example, the original Common Rider show has 90 something episodes. And then the second series has something like 60, I think. And then the third series is around 50. Kamen Rider Kuga, which is the 15th show of Kamen Rider period, has something like 50 something episodes from whatever link I showed you before. So they're very long shows to get into. Yeah. And kind of like I said before with the original one, it's it's such a it's like the start of, you know how a lot of shows like kid shows and stuff like that have the formula of, oh, what's it called, like Monster of the Week. That's very much the original show, in that nothing of substance happens a lot of the time. It tries to act like it a lot, but there's a lot of like jumping the shark, I think is the term, where you just kind of accept that this thing is going to happen, and they're not really going to elaborate or even follow up on it, but you just assume that whatever the hell is going on has happened, and these people have talked at some point. It's one of those shows, which is one of the things that makes it a little difficult for me to watch. Um, but I do want to give it a shot one day. I would like to get a tablet for that, so I can just chill and watch it in bed. I don't necessarily have an issue with watching shows on my phone. I would just rather a much bigger screen for something that I'm gonna have to read subtitles on. Like I don't watch anime on my phone for the same reason a lot of the time unless it's English. Uh, or English dubbed. The weight room. Just half your steps. Watch with some Naruto on my PC. Hold on. Where was the foundation? Let's show you room 46. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. If I can get a straight... Ah, shit. I need keys. And recently started shipping in. That's cool. My personal thing about Naruto is that you should a lot of the time like just skip a lot of the filler unless you're willing to watch all of it. Because Naruto, unfortunately, is one of the shows that has a lot of filler in it. It's even like a joke in the community. Like for the original series, over half of it is like filler. Do I have any more reroll dice? No. Skip season 4 and 5, yeah. Some of the things that happens in the modern, or sorry, in Shippuden, some of the filler stuff is canon to the anime. Not to it's kind of hard to like mention without spoiling something, but some of the stuff that like does happen is things that'll be mentioned later, but it's not super crazy. Like I wouldn't care too much about it. Like certain tailed beast users, for example. Now I'm rushing around looking for a key at some point because I've opened room 46 just for show and tell. Let's go gambling. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Okay. Well, like I said, some of the things that happens are, for like certain tailed beast users, for example, people who have tailed beasts like Naruto. You see them, like some of their stories, and that's canon to, the main, to something that happens later. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, let's see if I badly I fuck this up. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, that's rough, man. Okay. I have to go back so far. I might completely just lose because I will not have enough steps to fix this. Uh, Recaps on YouTube. That's fair. That's how I find. That's how I used to find a lot of the movies that I've watched. Was I thought the recap showed a lot of cool shit, so I wanted to end up like watching it eventually. That's not really what I recommend channels to do though, because that's is violating copyright and stuff like that. But I have done that, especially like ones on TikTok, for example. Well, this is great, but I need some like, please help me. I'm running out of steps. I need a dining room, like bad. How a guy can get his tire, huh? Well, first off, Simon's a kid. He's like 14 to be fair. And second, he he, I think like in canon he's like running around the place a lot to be fair. Like we like 70 steps takes you very far. And the assumption is that you're not eating or anything while doing it. If you do eat, then you do get more steps and stuff like that. But you don't have access to like everything in here. No, no, no. He's like 14. His name's Simon. He's just a kid. The point was for him to get to room 46 so he would be able to inherit the place and own the estate. I know he's just a kid, and fuck. Are there room variants? So you can modify rooms, but they'll never change without your input. However, there are game modes that will add various modifiers to. They'll add various modifiers to room types. For example, in chaos mode, which requires you to beat dare mode, which I haven't unlocked yet because it requires a lot of like coins that I just don't have, and I don't care to do dare mode until I finish the main mode. Um, yeah. Anyway, I've changed various rooms, like the courtyard, for example. I turned it into it's normally a green room, I believe. I turned it into both a green and orange room. Um, the another room that I've modified is not the billiards room. Uh I guess none of the rooms that are out right now are ones that I've modified. Hold on. Well, I have to redo the day anyways because that just fucked that all up. So I'm gonna stretch for a second. Okay. Various colors are generally related to various types of rooms. Greenhouses or green rooms are usually related to something plants or nature related. Red rooms usually have a debuff or demerit or something that'll hurt your progress. Blue rooms are like general everyday rooms. Hi Nari. Um, Orange rooms are passageway rooms, I believe, or hallway rooms, and those usually get you from point A to point B. They generally fill space, but they do have some effects that coincide with other rooms if you get the proper modifications for them. Oh, that corridor there, it usually is just a corridor. I changed it though, so it also gives a key. You're fine, Nari. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Oh, one thing I gotta watch out for today is that cat food is supposed to be arriving today. Okay. Storeroom. I modified this one so it has 2 keys. Once I get everything dealt with, I'll try to join more. Yes, I have a cat. Her name is Sakura. She is a pain in my ass. It's currently chilling on the back of my chair. It's raining outside. How have I only been streaming for 2 hours? It feels like an eternity. Yeah, she's a loudmouth little shit, though, sometimes, I'll tell you that. Yes, the conservatory! Alright, what rooms you giving me? Ah, fuck. One's fine. One's fine. I would like that to be a little more rare. Damn it. You like all cats? Yeah. I like cats until they annoy the hell out of me, and then I threaten to turn them into various kinds of... I do not like Sphinx cats. No. Hairless cats, I cannot do. No. Not doing it. Nope, no, 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 no. Can't do it. Oh, that's horse shit. Package has been delivered. Okay, now. Okay, let's not push it 6-1. I don't know what to call you. I'm just gonna call you 6-1. Uh, kitchen, more steps. Isn't rabies similar to like mad cow disease, which is essentially just like an infection in the brain, essentially? If I remember correctly, it's really, really hard for human beings to get rabies. It's really hard for animals to get rabies. But if it does happen, it's a real shame. Actually, here's a fun medical fact about animals. The reason why animals rarely get sick from stuff... The reason why it like animals don't get sick with a lot of stuff that like would make humans sick in like forest, rivers and lakes and stuff like that is because I believe their body temperature is too high. It's either too high or too low for like the bacteria or whatever to survive, and oftentimes just they just burns it out so they can just eat stuff like that. Uh that's why there's like a lot of things that like just animals can't get sick with. Uh, okay, this should be simple enough. Um, 11 fucking 1. 10? Okay. 10 times 14 is 104. D be 100. 100 divided by 10 is 10. Okay, 3.3. Okay, well, take care of yourself, Nari. Like scorpions. Scorpions are cool. I think scorpions are interesting because some species of scorpions spin silk, like spiders. 3.3. 2.3. 6? Uh, fuck. Uh, shit. 5? Um, wait, what? Oh, 5. Oh, there we go. I hate decimal places. Hallway. Spare room. Guest bedroom. So, by the way, there are more than enough rooms to like fill up the place. It's just getting them all in their spots is what's rather difficult. It is doable. It's just very unlikely. Well, fuck. I mean, I could try to fill it all up today. Sure, let's try that. I highly doubt it. I've never gotten anywhere close, but yeah. I mean, I say that, but last time I filled up most of the map, I was like yesterday, and I got all but like 5 pieces, I think. What do you have for me? Car keys that I don't need. So there are a couple rooms that I have a second draft of them in the pool, like the billiard room and the den, I think. But most of the time, the answer is no. The exception to this is when you spawn a room that's called a room of mirrors, which will double every room remaining in your drafting pool. So, say I do that and I haven't spawned any of the billiard rooms, I'd be able to do 4 billiard rooms, for example. Um, after I do that. Morning room, jam. Okay, I have to go use the washroom. I'll be back in a few. Okay, I'm back. I just read now your avatar is staring into my soul. Yeah, that happens. It's just because I lost tracking. I don't have a be right back screen, so yeah. What? Really, a cat requests attention. Okay. Okay. Uh. Okay. There we go. Sorry, my cat wants me to pet her a bit, so I'm gonna pet her a bit. What's her map look like? Morning room, right? Right. I'm trying to fill all the gaps for fun. It's gonna be interesting, because I'm not sure I have anything that's gonna go here. Oh yeah, the tracking is like just a really shitty webcam, so sometimes it like when it loses tracking it freaks out and among other things starts giving chat back shots as my friend likes to eloquently put it. But like jokes aside, it just kind of freaks out. I don't really know what causes it. I think it like identifies things it thinks is kind of a face. But yeah. Okay, we'll find out if this is a dead run or not. Oh, fucking E. Nope, can't pick it. I think the lockpick can only be used so many times. Oh. Dead run, dead run, dead run, dead run. Yeah, it freaks out like pretty badly sometimes. Um, there's nothing I can do about it. I want to do phone tracking one day. I just need like a phone stand, and technically I can do it. I'm not sure. My cat wants attention, so I picked her up, and now I'm giving her the requisite pets. Her. Hi, pretty girl. What? I know. You done? You happy? You receiving all your pets? Why can't you be easy to please? This day's dead, by the way. So I'm starting to run out of arguments to be able to talk about this last kind of stuff. Okay, no worries. I aim to please. Fine. I'm not a particularly interesting person. I stream and like try my best. Have I ever played Outlast? Yes, I have played Outlast. I played the first one and second one. I did the second one for my birthday years ago. That was the only time I've ever played that game. The only other time I ever witnessed it was I think watching Markiplier's playthrough of it back like way back when it came out. Um, I have fun fact about that game. So, uh, like beware spoilers for Outlast, the second Outlast game, if you haven't played it or wish to play it or watch it or whatever. Is that hey, is everybody gone? Okay. So for the second game, one of the things that occurs is that there's a thing between well, there's somebody who's being abused by somebody else in the story, and they're what they did with that is that there's implications, but never outright confirmed, but it's pretty obvious kind of what's happening. But they did, however, record voice lines between these two characters um, in the act, so to speak, and it's bad. Uh, one of the characters in that is a minor, and they actually recorded voice lines and stuff like that of it happening, and it was really fucked up. Thankfully, they did not put that in the game, but the voice file or the audio files are there. But they didn't implement it into the actual campaign, thankfully. So we never had to deal with that, which is good because I think honestly that would have been overkill. The implications are better than outright hearing or seeing stuff like that. No, it's bad. A minor gets abused, but they had actual audio for it. They didn't put it in though. Um, the cool thing about Outlast as a series is that it's very good at what it does, and the developers kind of realize when you should like take a step back. They are doing an Outlast movie. I don't really know what's going on with that. What I do know is that Red Barrel is supposed to be heavily involved. For the Outlast series, though, there isn't just like a couple games or 3 games. You know, if we count the Outlast trials, which is canon. There is also there's also comic books there's also Outlast comic books, which take place after the first game and um during and after the second game. So yeah, it's pretty wild. And they're apparently really good from what I've seen. Hi, Kayla. Time of day, what I'm playing. It's just like how it is. Sometimes I have more viewers on YouTube and Twitch. Other times I don't. It's whatever. I don't play like particularly interesting things. Um, it just depends on what I'm doing. This is a request from another viewer who paid for it. So yeah, I try. What I need to do more of is I don't really necessarily care too much. Is the game free? No, this game was like $38. Is no one talking on Twitch? Yeah, nobody's said anything on there since the gambling stuff. Getting chatters on YouTube and Twitch are a lot harder than TikTok, I'll tell you that. A lot of people just like to lurk, which is fair and fine. $38 Canadian, yeah. This game, it's a pricey game. A lot of work went into it. This game took them like 8 years to make. Yes, you're a pretty girl, we all know. British, bruh. I think the Canadian dollar and the British pound are like around the same, so just like convert it to pounds and pence. Thankfully, it didn't turn out like Concord. What didn't turn out like Concord? Oh, what, this game? Well, Concord was like, from what I know about Concord, is that it was doomed to fail from the get go. From what I've seen, it had a pretty flawed philosophy in its making, and that obviously led to its downfall. I'm not gonna say that the game necessarily deserved to fail, but I think that, at least from what I've seen, the developers were just in their own little world. The best thing about Concord might possibly be the animated short that was done for Secret Level, and that's pushing it. And that wasn't even like its own short. That short had like Helldivers and other shit like mixed in there. Should I just crashed so hard? So yeah, I never played Concord. I didn't even really know much about it till I didn't even know like till it came out. Yeah, I haven't watched it. I haven't watched all this secret level stuff. I've seen the Pac-Man thing, which they ended up turning into a game, and that game is called Labyrinth of Darkness. It's about as expensive as this one. Why does this animation style look similar? I don't know. It's cell shading, I think. Hi. I'm not sure. Um, I only saw the Warhammer. Yeah, I've seen the Warhammer. I've seen the Shadow Labyrinth, the Pac-Man one. I've seen the one for Sifu, which is for like um every time you die you get older or something like that, I think. Um I think that's it. Oh, I've seen the Armored Core one. That one is awesome. Sorry, I really like High Speed Max. Giant robots are cool, but if they're not fast, I'm not into it. I mean, I guess I'm kind of into it, but like I like fast mechs. I like all that power and added speed to it. Evangelion? I've never seen Evangelion. The most I've experienced of Evangelion is that it's incredibly confusing to the point to where they had to make like 3 movies to kind of make it make more sense. And Cruel Angel's Thesis is a song that I've listened to in English before, and that's it. That's about all my experience with the Evangelion series, to be perfectly honest. I have cared very little about it. It's just not really my. Evangelion is one of those series that's just hyped up to utter fucking hell, and well, I'm not sure it's something I'm going to be interested in. What I do know is that it's not a short series though. It's like 26 episodes before you even start watching the movies, so maybe uh that and the unfortunate thing that Shinji does at like the end of it. I know about that. About to get through my mirrors right about now. I only watched movies of the remake. I have not. I haven't seen either version. What I do know is that apparently they took out um that I guess like one of the characters is gay or something in like the remake, or that he loves Shinji or something like that. I don't know. I don't really care much, but I know a lot of other people care about that kind of thing. pretty indifferent. Oh, you've only seen the movies of the remake. Okay. If we're talking about like mecha anime, I am super into Gundam. Not a ton of Gundam, but I have seen some Gundam. I've seen Gundam Seed. I've seen Gundam Unicorn. I've seen the Hathaway movie, or at least the first Hathaway Flash movie. Um, I've seen Iron Blooded Orphans, which is hands down my favorite Gundam anime right now. See Destiny. I've not watched all of Freedom, the movie. I actually should probably do that later, but um, I've seen uh some of Wing, not a ton of it, because I think my watch order got all fucked up by accident, so I just stopped. Don't remember the name, but one with Psychotech. Um. Oh, you've probably seen the compilation movies for the original Gundam, maybe. Um. Well, okay. So that's probably Universal Century, because it sounds like what you're talking about is like Psycho Frames and stuff like that. Um. Now the Gundam Unicorn has Psycho Frame all throughout it, which is like its key defining feature. But um I'm assuming the movies you're talking about are the compilation movies for the original Gundam. Oh, Psycho Zaku. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's still Universal Century. Psycho Zaku. Oh, hold on. Psycho Zaku might be Thunderbolt. At least when I googled Psycho Zaku. Oh, yes, that's Mark II. Um, yeah, that might be a Gundam Thunderbolt thing. Hmm. I've never seen Thunderbolt. That's so Thunderbolt is like an alternate. Does Thunderbolt have a sequel? No, no. I believe Thunderbolt is just one movie or one, uh, or maybe it does. Hold on. There might be two Thunderbolt movies. Let me check that out. I've always been led to believe that Thunderbolt was one, but hold on. A compilation film of the first season. Oh, okay. So what I believe you saw was the compilation movies for season 1 and 2 of Thunderbolt then, because that sounds like what you're looking for. So Thunderbolt is an alternate universe rendition of the Universal Century timeline. Kind of like what Gungix or Gunix or whatever it's called like nowadays is an alternate universe, except Gunix is straight up like, what if Armoro did not get the Gundam? What if Char did? And yeah, beyond that, I really don't know much about it. Nothing about the lore except cool space robots. Gundam as a series kind of builds itself off of pseudo realism. It's like the defining trait of Gundam. Um, it prides itself on there at least being some science to it. There's actually I don't know if it's a school or what, but there's a group in Japan that actually is dedicated to trying to make some of the technologies in Gundam real because they are theoretically possible. Um, but that's where we start getting into stuff where like a thing in Gundam is like Minovsky particles, and it kind of allows a lot of the tech in Gundam to happen. That's just not physically possible unless we find some equivalents. But yeah. Ah, oh, that is the worst fucking thing I could have gotten. Ah, shit. Um, but yeah, no, there is some realism. There's a lot of realism to it. That's like the whole thing about it. It's why it's so popular in the first fuck me place. Well, that's the end of this run. I don't think there's really anything to get here, but I know very little. I know there was something called the Horus Heresy. I know there was a big event that occurs. I know that if the emperor, who may or may not be, who is probably pretty much very dead, gets off of the golden throne, it's there's a thing for basically to force him back on it, because if he does, then the warp, well, becomes hell again. I guess even more. Um, I know that the Warhammer universe is one of the most fuck me, of course, is one of the most miserable universes to live in. There's too many people. Humanity is stretched too thin. There are not enough space marines, and psychers can do some really wild shit. I've seen that fan project that was called, I think, Astartes. Um, Man, this could have been really good. I actually did really good trying to fill up everything, but that didn't really happen. I know that there's like a ton of different chapters of Space Marines. One of the what's it called? One of the fan project. Yeah, at least that's what it was. Or at least it was a fan animation. It's called Astartes. It's like 11 minutes. I think it's what it was called. Or maybe it's not Astartes. Maybe it's I don't know. I could just look it up. Yeah, it's like a 12-minute animation on YouTube. It's called Astartes. There's an 8K remaster of it. There's also a video where somebody just breaks it down bit by bit. But yeah, it's like 12 minutes. It also has no real conclusion outside of some dude gets sucked into a big demon ball and is spat out somewhere where he has no idea. The nanomachines and shit in his body make him throw up a bunch of blood clots, and then he's just kind of stuck there. And there's no real resolution as to what happens to this guy who's in this place where we have no idea where he is. Outside of the fact that he has a couple bolts in his head, so he's like 200 years old or older, I think. Oh no, he's about 150. He's got 3 silver ones. If I remember correctly, the silver ones are about 50 years each. Once you get 4, they get replaced into 2 gold ones, and you're measured that way. I know stuff, but like I've never delved super into. The thing about Warhammer is that like there's so it's, Warhammer. My problem with Warhammer is kind of the problem I have with Common Rider is that there's just so much of it that you really don't know where to start and what's like a good starting point. Why am I autistically doing this? Anyways, which is why I've never delved too much into it personally. I don't really have a gold right now. I'm just kind of doing shit. I mean, well, the issue is that like I like a good starting point, and if you don't have a good starting point, things get like weird and confusing. And then I'm asking questions and then googling shit. I like a. Is then I could start wherever I want. I don't like missing information. With stuff like that's why I wanted to start with like Common Rider from the very start. But now I'm gonna kind of start with Kuga and then decide to go back to the original series later. Yeah, no, because I don't like having to look things up constantly because I started out in a wrong place. I wish it was just easy. And I guess the easy part of that might be to play the Space Marine games and then just kind of go out from there, from what I know. And I could do that. I might do that. I want to play Space Marine 2, but I have not played Space Marine 1, and I've been told, oh, it doesn't matter, and my response to that is, you can go fuck yourself. I want to play the first one. I don't like starting games midway through series. I do have Space Hulk in that crazy bullshit of a game, but I have not played it much. I played it like the one time. Yeah, and that was because I saw it in a Russian Badger video and I thought it was cool. I do want to play it again, just not right now. Maybe with people. Maybe I'll stream it one day. I don't know. I think I just got used to Googling lore so much that I started liking it. I mean, yeah. I've done that for series. Before. I just prefer not to. Also, because that can be spoiling some good stuff, and I try to avoid that. I try to keep like kind of like the wonder because very few things really give me that kind of thrill anymore. Like I'm a huge lore hound. I'm I'm not sure how much longer I want to keep trying this. I don't even really have a goal. I'm just kind of doing shit. I'm just like filling up the board right now, and that's not going super well. I guess my goal should be to get a pool room and stuff. I've just been like chilling, I guess, to be fair. Well, if you want to stop, you can stop. I know. Well, that's the end of that. Well, what was supposed to happen was someone was supposed to come by and I might have started playing Rain World, but that never happened. I'm guessing they're just busy, which is unfortunate, but yeah. I might a part of me is debating on if I want to play Valorant or something. Okay, what we were doing before, and then I just started yakking, is that we were trying to find. Ugh. We're trying to farm the conservatory, which apparently only spawns on corners. Drawing room, commonplace. Big yawns, yeah. Hi, pretty. Oh, there she goes. Okay, locksmith. There's apparently an Easter egg here. That just means I'm not breathing. I just don't really care about the rarity of these rooms. It's just when I want this room, I can. I mean, it's already pretty rare. When I want that room, I can just. Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just gonna try to grind out the conservatory as best I can. Or trying to find is the vault and modify that if it's modifiable. Then banner green. Conservatory apparently only spawns in like corner rooms. So closet. I would actually like this to be a little rarer. Laboratory. I don't really have a need for the laboratory. Um, servant quarters. I I just yeah, I don't care about that. I rarely go for those kinds of rooms at all. So we're trying to make the conservatory more common, and we're trying to get the vaults to be a common spawn. Oh. Green. I don't know if they can only spawn in this one spot, but fuck me. Guess I'll try the other corner. Oh yeah, if you wonder what that letter says, it's essentially like, hey, congratulations on earning your your inheritance. There's many secrets to be found here. Blah 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 blah. Laundry room. I could. That's pretty rare. I really don't have a need for that. Conference room. Guest bedroom. I can make that more. Conference room. Standard. That's something that's actually pretty useful to have early on. There's a couple of rooms that'll spread stuff all over the place. So if you do it, if you get it early on, as well as because it has no cost, it can be a really easy way to collect shit. So like one of the secret rooms, for example, will spread like food all over the place, and instead it'll put all the food that would have spread all across the map into that room, and you can easily go to that room and just like fill up your steps to the point of absurdity instead of having to go from room to room to room to room and hopefully find them and not waste steps. So yeah. None of these are what I want. Oh, great. I got the fucking worst room for this. That's awesome. So the furnace makes red rooms much, much more common, and unfortunately when I'm trying to do this, it makes it like impossible to get a room that I want. Because it increases the chances of red rooms so much that it overwrites. Wait, what? Mage chambers? Why do I feel like this is a different mage chamber than what I'm used to? Whatever. It overrides the chances of, or like whatever the banner sets. So like if I set it for green, it just like nullifies that pretty much. Complaining about. I'm gonna stand up for a second and just like stretch. See, I don't know. I don't really have a goal, unfortunately, right now. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow, but maybe tomorrow I will be able to do that. Oh, here's something fucked up that happened. Not yesterday, but the day before, my roommates had a fucking package stolen. I pissed them off. It wasn't something super special, but well, it's the fact that it happened. We live in an apartment building, so it's pretty rare for that kind of thing to happen here, but somebody did it, and there's no cameras in those hallways, so whoever grabbed it must have been somebody who just doesn't normally come by. This run is scorched. Whenever I get a furnace, the only time a furnace is ever useful is that when I get the experiment that's for every red room, it increases your allowance. That's the only time it's ever useful. Otherwise, it's like almost a run ender for me. Do you at least get a refund? I don't know. I've asked him, or I haven't had a chance to ask him. He's probably still sleeping because he works. He doesn't work till like 4 in the afternoon. Stomach is not happy. I hope he gets a refund. The problem is that the person put a picture, or the person who delivered it took a picture of it at our door. So I don't know if he can still say that he didn't get it when they did that. Um, But yeah, I don't know. The problem is he was at work and I was either sleeping or they just didn't knock hard enough. The thing is, they must have had another package for this building because when they buzzed in, they did not buzz me. They buzzed somebody else. So, and unfortunately, not all delivery drivers will like care. So some will like buzz everybody and then come in, or and then some will just like buzz enough to get in the building and then just drop off packages and not give a shit. Sorry, my stomach's hurting. Oh, I think I got bit. Nice. Okay, I need to go use the washroom. I'll be back. Time to get stared into the soul again. Oh, all right. Sorry. Apologies. Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm being punished for not having a proper diet. Okay. Um. Okay. So. Oh shit. Uh. Hi. Okay. So I know what I want to do today. Yeah. Yeah. Blinking's on auto. I don't know if it's just a lighting thing, but whenever I look, or just my camera being so high up, but whenever I like look down, my camera thinks I'm closing my eyes, and I got tired of that. So I just have it set to that for now. My camera is like like pretty high up compared to where my head is. I might have to turn on my air conditioner. My room is warm, like way, way, way too warm. Oh, I forgot to. I need to charge my phone. Hold on. Okay. So our goal today looks like someone is possessing you. Yeah. Okay. Our goal today is to find. We need the pool. So our current goal is to find the pool and oh, reroll dice. Our goal right now is to get the pool, and that'll let us get the pump room, and then I need to raise the water in the pump room to a certain amount. Is it summer here? Yes. It's it's been raining all day though, so the temperature should be low. And it is, but it's also humid as a motherfucker, so like 92 humidity. It's been raining all day. And I'm warm in my room, that is, my door closed with the air without any way to open the window. So, yeah. Cuz I have a window unit air conditioner and I can't open the window cuz that thing's in there, so I'm stuck with it. Ballroom workshop. I need the pool room really fucking badly, so I can get the pump room, which requires the pool. I have just stopped caring about the riddles and shit on this, and like these things get more and more complicated. I just stopped caring. I have a 1 in 3 chance to get the things, and I have 2 tries. Oh, shit! I didn't mean to do that. I fuck. Whatever. Um, security. Redraw. Be useful. Oh yeah, no. The more you get correct, the more complicated they get to like. I'll show later, but they do get more and more complicated. Um, like the billiards board thing. Well, this is cool, but if I don't like, if I can't find a shovel, that thing is completely meaningless. And there goes last of my gems. Did, however, give me a key. There we go. No! No, it was right there. I need a gem. I don't know if I need a gem for the pump room, too. Am a crazy monster, rar. Okay. Hydrate? Okay. I will hydrate. Before I streamed, I drank almost... Oh, Twitch chat. Before stream, I almost, or I drank, like, about a liter of water, and when I started stream again, I got another liter, and I'm almost through. Okay. Dining room. So yeah, my goal is to get the pump room. But I apparently need more gems, which means I need to start pulling rooms that give me gems. Which is going to get complicated very fast. Oh, or not. You know, this is one of the least touched on rooms, in my opinion. I don't know if there's any secrets in here. There probably is, but I have yet to see any. I think I've seen mention of the room in notes once, but it wasn't about like anything in particular, so. Yeah. I'm assuming there's a modification to this room that is much more interesting. Ooh. No. We are trying to not spend our gems. We are doing our best to not spend the gems. Coat check. Shit. I guess let's do the utility box. Shit, did I do the security room? Can't remember if I already did that. I did. I need to go back. I mean, I have to go back anyways, but... So the electronic doors that you can find... They will... I really don't want to do the math. The electronic doors you can find, if you turn off the power for them and then go to the security room and set their spawn rate to high, and then your but if there's no power and then turn them off, it's like just key free doors. What? Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 4 is 16. Oh, come on. This is bullshit. Why is this getting harder? Or more complicated, I guess. Not really harder, but more complicated. Okay, 5... 50? What? I'm confused. Huh? Hold on. Okay, just give me a moment. $50. No, that cannot be right. What? So the way this works is that the diamonds mean you swap places, but there's nothing for it to swap. So then 5 times 5 equals 25. But then if we take 25 and we minus 20, we get 5. We minus another, we get -5, and then -7. 7? I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. Fuck this. Fuck math. I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to do these. Oh, wait, hold on. I have an idea. 9. 16. No, wait, what? Okay, if I do 5 times 5 equals 25, and then I do 52, and then 52, which makes 32. 32 minus 10 equals 22, minus 2 is 20. Okay. So we need to do square and then that one. Okay. Okay, 4 times 4 equals 16, 61. 61 minus 20, 41. 31. 1. Oh, and let's watch me forget that. Oh, the pool, thank God. Okay. What I'm now looking for is the pump room, which thankfully takes nothing. Okay, what I need is to raise the reservoir a very specific amount. Now, I believe that it only needs to be 4. However, I could be wrong. What I will do, however, is unfortunately tab out and go look at my notes. Or at least try to. So I've taken hundreds of screenshots for this game, like 500 of them, and I need to look for something very specific. Yeah, believe me, I'm not excited about this either. Uh, I'm trying to remember when I did this. Is the thing, and that would make it a lot easier. But what is this? Canary. No. Uh. Okay, it's gonna take me a little bit to try to remember. So what I'm looking for is a screenshot that I did in that underground area there's a section that looks like a big ass gear. There's a top part to that gear, and I need to remember what I found up there. Is I took screenshots of it all, but when I took the screenshots is the problem, because this is all done by date, and that was quite a while ago, like comparatively speaking. See, if I knew what stream I did that on, I would be like fine, but I don't remember when that was. Oh, wait, hold on. Star schedule. No, hold on. Years and blah, blah, blah. It's rainy today, and somebody apparently has invoked the fire department. Specifically, the accounts and corresponds to their words. I'm not a presumptive man. I don't presumptive stories. It seemed worthy of. I wonder if my curiosity, the abundance of idle time, feels this way. We're not blind to the irony of blackmailing you for a blackmail letter. We are not proud to join the whatever. The photo here for the underpass that I have supposedly will tell me what the fuck I need, but hi Kayla. I don't know. I mean, I could just take a wild shot in the dark, but I don't know if it'll be enough. I have a feeling I need 3. Oh, okay. Have a good night, 6-1. Sweet dreams and whatnot. I think I need 4. I'll try with 4 and we'll see how it goes. I have a feeling, however, that's the wrong move, but there's nothing I can do about that. Okay, now I need to go down to the foundation. Thankfully, I have enough steps that I can do this. Maybe I'll do Final Fantasy XIV streams sometime soon. I've thought about it. I don't think they'd be particularly interesting for anybody, but I do enjoy Final Fantasy XIV, and I would like an excuse to play it again. My main story-wise, I'm like in the what expansion am I on? Endwalker stuff. Endwalker patches, but okay. No, you're joking. I need like 1 more. Or maybe 2 more. Hold on, I might be able to make this work. Thankfully, I have enough steps left over, so it's not really an issue. Okay, I need to go back to the pump room. I feel like what this puzzle requires of me, though, is like it needs 6, but I don't have that. Oh, I made a fucky wucky. Ah, damn it. Through 4. 4 takes from tank 2. 4 takes from tank 2. Requires pump 3. No, don't. I hate pump systems like this. Though I could empty out the greenhouse. I guess we'll see. We have enough steps to do a couple of rounds of this, so I can just keep adding I can just keep adding levels until I reach the desired result. Whatever that is. I don't really know. I know I need a certain amount of water in there. Okay. Nope. I need one more. Okay. Oh, thank God I have so many extra steps. I should see if I can find a kitchen or something. I know it's set to, like, blue rooms, but... Oh. Right, I need to go back to security. Oh, no, I know what to do. Hold on. Wait, hold up. Greenhouse has 5, and I need 5 more out of the one that's going to be left over. So, where does the greenhouse go? Greenhouse is... Keep that one. And that goes in the pump. Okay, that goes in the pump one. Greenhouse, I choose you. Okay, now I need to drain and go this way. Five. This one. And then we do this one. There we go. In theory, this should allow me to use the boat. I hope. Otherwise, I don't really know what to do with this puzzle. If I need more than that, I don't know if it will let me, is my particular issue at present. There's only so many combinations you can do here. So, yeah. Also, while I have a fair amount of steps to finish this, I'm not confident in having enough steps to... There we go. Having enough steps to go through all of this willy-nilly without an issue. Yay! Because I could do like a couple more rounds of that before I'll start getting worried. To be fair, there's only like maybe one more point into it where that would matter. Well, I guess I get to find out what's down here. Probably a mirror, if I had to guess. Oh, my cat is on my chair. I forgot. She stays up here whenever I'm on my computer a lot of the time. I don't know if it's because she wants my attention or she just wants to be near me. She likes it better than apparently the pillow right beside me, so. Ooh. Oh! In one of the visions with the fortune teller thing, it's like, it mentioned a room in a place that looks like this. Oh, shit. Is this that room? Is this where she was? I don't have a ton of steps left, but... Royal Station. Platform 8. The last of, Holy shit. You are kidding me. I might have just stumbled upon something that, oh, God. If there's more to that, like, how much more is there to this? This somewhat worries me. Christ. Is this a fucking cannon? No, there's just literally just weapons down here. Are they starting a revolution? Delete it. A. Okay. Oh, yeah, we've already done that part. There's our aunt, and I think her husband's, so our father, I think, and our great uncle or something. God, I'm so confused. Was this where they hid after they escaped? So there was, I guess for anybody who's not aware, at least from the lore, from what I've picked up, is there was a robbery of jewels. Somewhat the jewels that we've been finding all throughout the game, at least something similar to them. And... oh, God. Yeah, this is where they plan shit. Of the grand city of Fen. Closed exhibits. I actually can't zoom in. I can't really read what that says, so I'll have to try to zoom in after, but... Oh, there's a sanctum key here. Oh, weirdly enough, I wasn't expecting that. It's now been 6 months, 6 months of living in this air-choked cavern of boredom and dread. 6 months since we said our silent goodbyes to our family. 6 months of planning, 6 months of rehearsal, 6 months of heartache, but no regrets. Everybody knows me, immediately thinks I have left the country. Everybody are what? Intimately thinks I left the country. Everyone else assumes me dead. So this is where our aunt was. And maybe that's all that's left for us. The long walk and steps leading to the gallows, a steep price to pay for ideals. I concede, but a price that somehow seems cheaper and less cruel than another 2 fortnights bunkered down here beneath the sand and soot. And yet, as I write this, I've never felt so close to... what? So close to stay in my dreams, or something? Tomorrow we will reclaim our birthright. Tomorrow the crown of Ordina will finally return to Auras. The first step taken is half the journey. May the Black Shores guide us. Jesus. Okay, so this gave me a hint for one of the puzzles to do in the security room, which we can go do now. Something about this, though, I feel like I need to open, but... I don't know if there's anything else I can do down here. But yeah, this is just really crazy. So this proves that he helped her escape and plan things and I guess take the jewels or what have you. My question is, where did the blackmail letters come from and what was that deal about? Because I guess I need to go and reread all the red letters, but I'm missing 2 before I can go do that. Whatever they were planning. It looks like they were planning more of a revolution than they were just stealing some jewels. As cool as this would be, it's too... The problem is there's so much fine print in here that it's really hard to read. As cool... Ouch. Fuck. As cool as it is, it's too easy... As cool as this would be, it's too easy to track. Decoy car. Manning came from there. Feral Marigold came from the north. Force entry. White apparently goes there. I'm assuming that's Mary or something. Man, that's crazy. So the thing about this is kind of like the mystery of what happened to his mother. At least I assume this is Simon's mother. Mary is Simon's mother, I think. So part of this is just figuring out what happened to her, because there's clues left over all over the place. I just don't know. I wasn't expecting this. What I will do, though, is I will come back here and try to explore some... I mean, I could stay here. It's fine. Okay, I need to be careful what rooms I'm entering and exiting. I don't know if there's anything else in here. I think I've taken note of everything that matters. like that we already did. I still don't understand that. This puzzle is for the security room, apparently A, and it just says delete it. And I don't quite know what that's meant to mean. But whatever it was, they were willing to kill for these jewels or what have you. I think I've gotten everything I can really get here. Man, what a crazy fucking thing to find. This scares me. I assume that a train can be here, or we can find a train. But they stole the jewels. But what happened to them afterwards? Oh, okay, no cutscene. Fair enough. But we are going to do though is go use a sanctum key. Now, because if I forget, I have to go back there. And while getting here is relatively easy, I would rather not forget to use a sanctum key. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've cracked open my notes today. To be fair, we haven't done anything really noteworthy, but what's the color yellow? Okay, I have to look at the note stuff later to figure this out, but yes. There, we have half of the sanctum keys done. We still have half to go. So we found one of them in the clock tower. We got one of them for just beating the game. We got one of them for doing that wild ride there, and I don't remember where we got the last one. Oh, no. We got one of them at the bottom of the reservoir. Let's see. Where's the notes for... Hi, you beat the game, blah, blah, blah. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Okay. The first key to be found... The first key to be found here on the furthest rank. The second locked tight in the vault of a bank, which is the one we've been trying to go for. The third is high up among all the clocks. We have that one. The third is below, beneath the docks. We have that one. The fifth is held by a king on his throne. I'm not sure what that one is. The sixth is in a station left by one of your own. I think that's the one we just got. Seventh is major if you draft it quite late. I think that is using the music room. Very, very high tier, though. Like at the higher tiers. But I'm not sure. The last key is waiting behind the last door of the 8. So... the reason why this one, or the last key is waiting behind the door of the 8, the reason why that is so curious to me is that in the room directory, room 8 is one that I have not uncovered. The only thing I know is that there is an achievement or a trophy for doing this puzzle on tier 8. So, in theory, as far as I'm aware, doing this room, you can only do this room on tier 8. But I don't know if that's true. But I guess we'll find out eventually. Okay. That's wild. I don't think I need to touch the reservoir anymore. I think that's it. So, for the various countries here, there are summoning circles that we have to go through. We've gotten one of them done. And they have, like, rewards that we just can't see, unfortunately, right now. At least I think they do. They might not spawn until we do the puzzle. Apparently the thing for this is yellow. I need to find the book that talks about border colors. I don't remember where that was. Oh, here we go. Yellow. Hold on. I think I'll figure this stuff out later, because this is like a way later thing. I mean, it's cool. We've got 4 done. And next stream I might try to tackle these, because I think this is the one that we finished. No, it's not. Ordinia, honestly, is the one I have the least amount of information on. This was the one we did? Yeah, this was the one we did. And we got this, and this stuff, and this postcard. Last postcard sitting on my desk. Should put forth the extra effort to drop it in the mail for consistency. But I am tempted to save the postmaster a trip, as it was And then there was like a puzzle box over here. So yeah, I'm not totally sure what the deal is, but I assume we'll figure it out at some point. I'm just like debating if I want to keep streaming or if I just want to call it for now. I'm unsure. What I do know is that I don't know. I'm actually gonna go to the front door because I want to check something. This run's done. Like, there's nothing else to do here. We got the reservoir water and shit, so we got all that dealt with. I don't know what else to really do down here, aside from just working on the sanctum stuff. But I want to take a look at the trophies real quick. Because if room 8 only appears on tier 8, I have no idea what that room is. And I've seen, well, just about I've seen every room except for that room, and it doesn't mark room 46 for whatever reason, but that's fine. Create all 8 workshop contraptions, blah blah blah. Unlock all 8 room sigils. Solve the puzzle in room 8 on rank 8. What is room 8? I don't know. I was waiting on somebody, but I'm like, it's been almost 4 hours and they still haven't shown, so I'm assuming they're just not going to today. I hope y'all have a. So I'm just gonna call it for now. I'm tired. I found one of the keys. Fuck, reach room 46 in curse mode. That sounds impossible. I could have sworn there was an achievement for reaching room 46 in one day in curse mode, but maybe that's just something that people do to themselves. Reach room 46 in one day. I can't imagine. Reach room 46 in an hour. Buy out the entire showroom. That'd be really rough to do, but doable. Ace the classroom final exam. Complete the trophy case. Unlock all realm sigils. Trophy of drafting. Win the drafting strategy sweepstakes? Not sure what that is. Create all 8 things. Win 40 parlor games. Explorer's Journey. Complete the Mount Holly directory. Apparently I'm missing 4 rooms. I'm not sure what 4 rooms those are, but okay. Draft a room in each slot of your house. Apparently I've... What? Oh, right now I'm at 21 out of 45. I'm pretty sure I've gotten up to about 40 before. Wait, what rooms am I missing? Hold on. 1. Okay, 2, even though I've done it. Up 3? There's a red room I'm missing. There must be floor plans I can still find. That's the only thing I can think of, and they're probably behind the one of them is probably behind the mechanarium room, and one of them is probably behind the treasure trove. Yeah, okay. That's fucking weird, but sure. Oh wait. Or yeah, I don't know what this could be though. I don't know. But I'm gonna call it here. So I hope y'all have a good night and sweet dreams and whatever else for whatever you're doing. I'm done. So take care, everybody.